All right, let me show you how I do research before even writing my first line of code or prompt, AI prompts. And let me just put an idea in here for you. So, the first thing, if I research, uh, a new project or even using a new board, I always go with looking at the libraries because I found personally, it might be different for other people, but if there's problems, big problems, small problems, it's usually to do with the libraries because one component can have more than one library, and depending on the circumstances, some libraries are better than others. Some libraries are not even maintained anymore, and so on. So what I'll start off doing is I'm just going to pull in my microcontroller pinout file that we created previously, and then I'll just ask it to look at all the components in this file and then find the libraries for those that do require libraries, and then give me a list of all these libraries so that I can choose the ones that I like the most. It will also come back with recommended libraries that will normally be the best libraries to choose. Now, often, uh, when you, let me say to you this way, when you ask it to write code, it's not going to do an intensive research on libraries. So it will grab whatever it finds, and it might be the best or it might not be the best library. So this research, in other words, is quite important simply because it will not do it by default in such an extensive manner. So let's see what it come up with. So here it found a few libraries. If I slide to the right, uh, it shows you which one is best for what. It can do complex animations, uh, and so forth, and it comes back like this one. The new pixel is broken on ESP32. If you did not do this thorough research, it probably not have realized it, or because it didn't do an extensive search when it's doing coding, right? Then it came back and it come back with a recommendation on the buzzer. There's a couple of libraries as well, and it come back with the native Let's See, which I agree with, and the ultrasonic. It came back with better accuracy, new ping for better accuracy, and optional. All right. So it came back with recommendations, which I do like. All right. So this is nice. So I'm going to tell it, you can do more research. All right. So this is only one way of doing it. You can also research things like, will there be any conflicts with Wi-Fi and so forth. And in fact, while we're looking at libraries, I'm going to ask it this. We also will often use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Please research these libraries too. So this then. All right, so yes, so let it then continue with, even though we're not using the Wi-Fi, we can just as well add it to a prompt right away, and then we know all or everything that we will need is there from now on out for this specific board. So it says, note the ESP-S3 has an important difference. The S3, it supports BLE, but not classic, or what did it call it here? A classic Bluetooth. It does not, because classic Bluetooth is now old hat, not used really anymore. So it's not in the. So here it comes back. It will use Wi-Fi H, web server H, and its recommendation is. All right. I'm not too worried about the rest of the stuff. Nimble, okay. All right. So this is great. So I'm going to tell it to create my master prompt, right? Create me a master prompt with, with pinouts. Environment microcontroller, and the recommended to use in future. I just want to say this also. Please note that in many projects, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi will not be used and should not be included in projects if not needed. So it doesn't go and create Wi-Fi connections for everything that it's doing. Now the next thing I'm going to say is place all this in a TXT format, so I can copy it for future use. Okay, and that's about it. So it will now go and create this file for me, and we're going to, in the next lesson, create a big project that's going to test our board's components and so forth. But that's very much how I do my research. You can add additional things to it if you like. Let's see if it's finished. All right, yes, so I have a master prompt, and I'll show you how to use it in the next lesson. I'll see you there. Bye.